Okay, so here's a brief video on how I ended up getting all of this to work. This is going to be more of a overview than a step-by-step, considering that it's already built. So the first step is actually removing the seat rails from the seat. So you're going to do that by just popping off the plastic covers on each side. This one was on this side, I believe, which just pops straight off. You can see tabs there. I believe this side had the little one here, which as long as you undo this Phillips head and that one, I think there's enough room. From what I remember, you can just kind of finesse this up out of the way and you're able to pop this out. Again, just two little clips. I hold that on and then it's hooked at the back or the front. You just gotta like unhook it around. Same deal on this side here. So once you have the little plastic covers off, it's actually time to remove the seat rails. Now this is where the fabrication comes in, if you want to call it that. Literally, I was just going crazy with an angle grinder, and that's only because it'll sit like this, right, relative to how the seat's laid out here. So this side, you can see, unbolts from all the support settings here. So it just unbolts from there and drops down, and you still have your pivot point here for the top of the seat. Now this side actually is all one piece. It doesn't have like, it doesn't bolt up to the other half like this side does. So this comes off with the pivot point for the seat here. So all I did was just ended up going crazy with an angle grinder, and you can see I just cut that top section off, bolted the top piece back on, and then that keeps the pivot point here. So yeah, so this side had 2, 3, I think these are all 13 mils. So I just bolted the top half back on so it keeps that pivot point there. So now we got the seat rails taken off, and now we have the seat bare with our pivot point still on either side to keep that support. The only thing left is the actual post, or whatever you'd want to call it. So this part was actually a lot easier than I initially thought it was going to be. Now, I don't know how standard this design is as far as the post goes. I'll link whatever seat I ended up buying that this thing actually came off of. It was some cheapo Amazon chairs, so I'm assuming, I don't know, most cheap Amazon chairs would have the same exact base on it. But all I did was this part actually bends up, kind of like curves. I just took a hammer to flatten this out. Same deal with this side. I think it curved a little bit too. So I literally just flattened these out with a hammer. So once those were flattened out, there's actually just 4 mounting spots. So I got one up here and there, and then there's 2 down here in the center. Now, originally I had picked up just 1/4-inch bolts to hold it in place, and then I just ended up cheating out of it by just using self-tappers. So it's just 4 1/4-inch self-tappers holding the post on. I mean, it's solid. The one concern I did have was how offset this post is. You can see it's not really centered up with the chair. So it will kind of tip on you if you have that thing like crazy cranked back and, you know, you're leaning way back on it. But I mean, for the most part, it's pretty solid. Yeah, this is, I mean, a lot easier than I initially thought it was going to be. This is maybe an hour and a half tops project, and that's including running out to the hardware store as well as going crazy with an angle grinder on that side. But anyways, that's going to be all for kind of the overview on this project here.